Hey everyone, Arnaldo Hoffman with CompuShow Video Manuals, wanting to show you a new quick tip based on this request. Kev Patson asks, Arnaldo, just saw your video on how you run Compu, so I decided to use a laptop to save space. If I layer all my pages behind my master page, can I use my favorite buttons on my Midicon to access pages rather than clicking the tabs at the bottom? I want to call pages up instead of paging up and down using Midicon. Well, Kevin, yes you can, but you can make it even easier. Right now I have a master page and it's completely empty just because I'm using multiple layers. Let's see if I already have them all set. Nah, no big deal. So I got multiple layers here. I have my QWH, my InnoColor beams, my InnoSpot Elites. Now, as you know, we have different pages here where I can have, for example, this called different scenes in my master page. And this one can call different scenes or switches in my QWH5s. And then so forth. Okay, and then same thing for this too. You know, I could have this to be different options in my master, this in my QWH. But of course, you know, you got to move one. You may want to, you know, switch the other so you don't get confused. You may want to do it separately. One of the great things about CompuShow is you can really make it to work the way you want it to. So let's go ahead and take it one step at a time using the Midicon. Now, of course, you can do this with any particular MIDI controller, but the Midicon supports two-way MIDI, which is really important in what I'm about to show you. So first, we'll look at the shortcut buttons one. I'm going to go ahead and go to my little star. I right-click on shortcut one in case you're looking for them. And we're going to go to page, and we want to select a page. And the page that I'm going to have selected is our master. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that. And then I'm going to go to S2, drop that, whoops, drop that. And the page that I'm going to choose is going to be the InnoSpot Elite. Then I'm going to go to the next page, which is S3, excuse me, not page. And then I'm going to go into the QWH5. So what do we have? We have Master, we have InnoSpot Elite, we have QWH5. But you know, we can make this a little bit easier. Now I'm going to go ahead and assign page 1 to be the master. So I'm going to right click on the buttons. I'm going to choose index 1 and we're going to choose master. I'm going to right click here, choose index 2, and I'm going to go into here and we're going to use it for the InnoSpot Elite. Keep clicking the wrong things. Okay, bam. Now we're going to go to index 3, which is, of course, page 3. And we're now going to go into the QWH5s. So now what happens is, when I go into page 2, it automatically goes into my InnoSpot Elite. When I go into page 3, it's going to go into my QWH5s. Now, at the same time, when I go here, because it's a two-way control, right? So if I click on Master, this will automatically now go to page 1. If I go to the QWH5s, this will automatically go to page 3. If I go to my InnoSpot Elite, it will automatically go to my page 2. Of course, I can do the same thing with these pages too. So again, page 1, we're now going to go into the master. Now we're going to right click and do index 2, and now we have our InnoSpot Elite. And then we're going to go into number 3, and we're going to make it for our QWH. Now remember, you need to have one of the newer versions of CompuShow to be able to do this. I want to say it's after July. There is a new official December the 6th, which ironically enough fell on my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Okay, so now what happens is we're going to go to shortcut 1 and page 1, page 1. Shortcut 2, page 2, page 2. Shortcut 3, page 3, page 3. This is huge because if you remember your page numbers pretty well, you're able to just quickly remap it. Now, remember that these are not motorized faders, so you're going to want to make sure that you play with, or you have good memory to remember where you had everything at. And if not, wait for the Midicon Pro to come out. Now, when you do it like this, and you go to page 2, and let's say you have your faders like that, okay? And then if you go to page 1, it's going to drop everything back down to the bottom because that's where it was remembered at. See right here, okay? Go to page 2, it remembers that. which is going to be really important, of course, when you get a MIDI-Com Pro, that it does remember where each individual position was. However, if your MIDI-Con acts funny, which mine did, and as soon as you went to another page, all your MIDI, all your faders automatically reset, just go to your software preferences, go to MIDI setup, and on MIDI out, make sure that that's select, or make sure those are not selected if they are selected, and if they are selected, make sure they're not selected. Now what'll happen is these little lights here on the top may or may not work, but again, by selecting or deselecting, you'll see different ways that these will behave when you switch pages back and forth. So just play around with it and see what works best for you. But again, my name is Arnaldo Wofferman, and here I am doing another CompuShow video tutorial or video manual. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave a request, and I'll be more than happy to answer for you as best as I can. Now remember that I am not official support, so if you have a question I don't get to you, contact James Keeley with Elation, or even somebody directly at Elation, but James is your man. So find us in the CompuShow user support forum on Facebook, and James is there all the time. He'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Thanks so much, and God bless.